to a new vlog. If you don't know, I'm Rye. This is Rye's Reading Corner, and I'm bringing you from a little different angle to start this vlog, but it's when I had an opportunity to do an introduction. So this is gonna be a weekend vlog because my plan is to knock out my middle grade books that are on my TBR from TBR Jenga. If you've not seen August Screwed Me Over, I'll put in the cards above. And two of the Jenga or middle grade books I have are pretty popular middle grade. So I figured I would read them and see if they are worth the hype or not. And I'm also using them for summer readathons as well. So the first one I'm going to be getting to is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This will be my first Victoria Schwab book, so I'm super excited. I am using this for, I know I'm using this one for the Avengers, like year-long readathon. And for, I want to say maybe the Disney Royalthon Sidekick one. And then I'm going to be also reading Pages in book Wanderers by Anna James. This one I know I'm using for Tropical Readathon, the Avengers, and I don't remember the other ones, but those ones I know for a fact. This is pretty much just about a girl who literally can like go into books, and she lives like in a bookstore. So she's living my dream in a sense. And this one I don't know much about. It's just like a spooky middle grade horror. So these are the two books that I have in my mind to get done this weekend. I'm hoping with having a readathon vlog, this will hold me more accountable to sticking to these books and knocking them off my Jenga TBR, which they should be easy and quickly to get through. So if I finish them, maybe I will just add another middle grade on there. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Weekend plans, not much. I'm getting ready for my brother's wedding, which is like this upcoming week, and it's out of town. So I've got to start packing, organize. Myself and my husband are both in the wedding, so we've got a lot to do. So yeah, stay tuned. I will check in once I've read more. I'm going to start with this one, Pages in the Book Wanderers. I will check in once I have read some, and yeah, so I'll see you all later. Hey, so this is a really weird angle, but I'm in the process of cleaning up some of my bottom bookshelves, so I figured I just would check in quickly. So, it is officially Friday, and I did start a little bit last night, the book Wanderers, and this is Pages Co. And this is literally so cute. It's like every reader's dream to meet their favorite characters. Like if I could meet any character from Six of Crows, like I would be the happiest person ever. And like now she's like getting to go into the book. So she is getting to meet Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and then Anne from Green Gables. And yeah, so she's pretty much a book lover. She doesn't have too many friends. She'd rather be reading instead of socializing, which I can kind of relate. And yeah, I mean, it's so cute, and they have like a lot of cute like graphics. Like look at this one when she is traveling to Wonderland. Like it is just so cute. Like this is the cutest middle grade book I think I've ever read. And like I said, I think for anybody that is a reader and loves to read, no matter what your age, I feel like you would love this book and you would see yourself in this and dream that this was you. So I'm super enjoying this. Obviously it's reading really, really fast, so we're off to a good start for this weekend vlog. That's all I really have plans. It is so hot today, so there's not much to do because I really don't want to go outside, but I got to do some cleaning with my bookshelves, some reorganization. And yeah, so I will check in later when I've read more. And like I'm almost to page 100, so I'm flying through this pretty quickly, and I'll be able to move on to another middle grade that I would like to get done for this weekend vlog. So I'll see everyone later. Okay, this is not a flattering angle, but I don't feel like getting off it. So I'm on page 178, and I'm just addicted to this. This is just amazing. And we finally learned, like, obviously, we assumed with like Book Wanderer, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but we just got more information on what it means to be a book wanderer and some family history of Matilda. It's like her nickname's Tilly, and thinking about her mom and her dad, and it's so good. Like, it's just, I feel like I said before, wow, you can see my reflection in my glasses. If you like books, like, I feel like you need to read this, because this is like any reader's fantasy of being able to travel into their favorite books. Like, the thing is, though, like, I was thinking while I'm reading this, like, Six of Crows, like, I wouldn't survive there. So, I mean, I would love to venture in that one. Like, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. But let me know down in the comments below if you had the ability to travel into any of your favorite stories and you were a book wanderer. What book would you travel into, and would you survive in that book? So I have some like ambiance going on. I was doing sprints with Paige over at Pages with Paige, and that was really nice. I had followed her before and like watched her videos, but she's doing beta as well, so we really talk all the time, which is really fun. She's amazing. Check her out. I will link her video, her like, what's it like, for her channel down in the description box. So yeah, it's like 11:20, but I had some caffeine late, so I'm just gonna keep reading because I'm enjoying this book, and that's a terrible thing. So yeah, this is going really well, and I know I'm just gonna want to jump into the sequel, but I don't want to buy any books, so I'll check it later. Hey loves, ooh, that's rough looking. So it is Saturday, and I intended to check in earlier, but it's been kind of a crazy morning. For one, I slept terrible, which is why I look like a hot mess. And then when I finally fell asleep, we had a terrible thunderstorm, and it woke me up, and then I kept going back to sleep. But because I couldn't sleep, I ended up finishing the Pages & Co. Book Wanderers, and it was a 5-star read for me. It is such a fun, cozy read, and I literally ordered the sequel right after that. So right now there's 3 of them out, and then the 4th one comes out in September. So it'd be kind of cool if I could get them all read by then. It was a lot of fun. I think I love the concept of being able to jump into your favorite book, and I like there's like the friendship in here. I love the grandparents that own Pages & Co. And yeah, it's really fun. There's only 2 things that kind of I didn't care for. One of them is there are a lot of references to Harry Potter, so I don't like that. So that was kind of, and there's a lot, so that kind of bugged me. And the second one is one of the characters that Tilly is able to see, and right from the beginning, is Anne from Anne of Green Gables. So at the beginning, she does book wander into her story and see her, but then there's no other reference of her really throughout the rest of the book. So like Alice does come back in the end, and it connects to like her grandparents are throwing a party, and it's Alice in Wonderland themed. But I felt like either you had to have Anne of Green Gables come in, I think like later in the book, or you needed to not include her at all. So that's my only thing, but for me it was a 5-star read. I feel like any person that loves books should definitely read it. It's really fun and it's really cute. So one book done for this vlog. We are feeling somewhat accomplished. So the next book I'm going to go to is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. So I really haven't been able to start this because we've been running around getting stuff ready for my brother's wedding this like next week, or I guess this week really. We had like gravity issues with our dresses, so that's fun, and it's out of town. So but yeah, so I'm gonna start reading this. I'm excited. This book is super short, and like the font is like really big, so it should be, I can probably get this done today, and then I'll add another one onto this vlog. So yeah, great start. I would highly recommend Pages & Co. It's a fun book, every reader's dream, so pick it up. So I will check in later. Hey, it's Sunday, and I did not check in as nearly as much as I wanted to yesterday. It was kind of crazy. We're having some issues with our seamstress and our dresses for my brother's wedding, which we leave for out of town on Wednesday, so kind of an issue. But I did read a lot yesterday of The City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. I'm up to page 212. I have like 70-something pages left. I will 100% finish this pretty early, probably today. This is fun in a weird way. It is super dark, and I think that's definitely something that if you're recommending this to, obviously it's a middle grade, for a younger reader, that like that should be thought about, because it's very much centered around death. Obviously there's this person or raven that like kidnaps children, so definitely they've got to be aware of that, I feel like, before recommending this, because it is a very dark middle grade. I would say it's probably the darkest middle grade I have ever read, but I really like Victoria Schwab's descriptive language, because it is that creepy because her language is so descriptive. So props to Victoria Schwab for that. There is quite a bit of Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling in this book, which obviously is not great because J.K. Rowling is a terrible human being. So I don't like that about this book. It is mentioned a lot, where in Pages and Co. it was more like sprinkled, where this is like definitely a big portion of it. But yeah, also it takes place in Scotland, which I love. I want to go to Scotland so bad. And I think it's just, yeah, it's good. It's, like I said, it's very, very creepy. I'm still confused on the cat, because I was usually going to be using this for a prompt for one readathon for like an animal companion, and I assumed that this would be an animal companion because there's a cat right on the cover and there's a cat on the back, but we really haven't gotten to anything about the cat. I mean, we know that she has a cat, our main character, but like it's not anything important. It's like she has a cat and she's bringing it with her. But probably a little bit more about this book because I'm rambling. Her parents write books about like ghost hunting kind of, and but they don't know that their own daughter can see a ghost. And it's like her best friend, Cass, she drowned, and this ghost is, I think is it Jay? Why am I drawing? Jacob like saved her, and now he's like with her, and she can like go back and forth between the veil, which is like the in-between between like life and like whatever it's after death. I don't know, like they're dead but they're like in between. I don't know. But then she meets a girl who can also do the same thing as her, and she didn't know that, but she hunts ghosts. So yeah, it's like I said, it's very creepy for middle grade, but I am enjoying it, and like I said, I'm almost finished with it. Then I don't know, I probably would maybe pick up another middle grade. I don't know, but I'm out right now running errands to get some stuff for the week. I have to also go to Barnes and Noble. Not for a book, but you know I'm probably gonna buy books. I have to pick up something there. I get like a special teacher discount on weekends in August, so I'm gonna stop there. I gotta go to Target, and then G is announcing her new readathon at 11 my time, so I have my AirPods I can put in if I'm in a store and watch the announcement. I'm so excited. So that's my check-in. I probably won't check in again until I finish that book, but yeah, happy Sunday all. Hey loves, so check-in time, because like I said, I was going to check in when I finished City of Ghosts. So I'm relaxing outside, finished, ran it through Compile, updated my bullet journal for what readathons I consider this for, and I finished, like I said. So I gave this a 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. I actually did pick up the sequel when I ran it to Barnes & Noble today, so that I have it. I don't know if I'm going to go right into it, but I definitely want it on hand because I could see myself reading it very soon. I'm outside, so I apologize if you hear anything, but it's so nice out today, and I don't want to waste my time inside. So overall thoughts, I liked it. I like our characters. For me, I wish there was a little bit more character development, but I get it. It's a middle grade story, so they had to focus more on the plot because that's going to interest middle grade readers versus like adults typically. So I totally understand that. I like this idea of this girl who can see ghosts and like can transport back into them. And I like that she was able to make a connection with friends that found another girl that could do this as well. It left me with a lot of questions, and that's why I'm excited to read the second one. I don't want to say that because then I'll be spoiling the plot line. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good, like I said, spooky, dark middle grade, and it was darker than I expected. So forewarning, if, like I said, if you're recommending this to any of the middle grade readers, I think what put it down for me in that 4 category, if I looked on my Compile spreadsheet, I think I gave characters a 7. Like I said, I wish the characters were a little bit more developed. And then there's a lot of Harry Potter references, and so that to me, I knocked a little bit off of that because you know how we all are about J.K. Rowling. We hate her, and I wish it wasn't such a, you know, a lot discussed in this book. But overall, I really enjoyed it. This was my first Victoria Schwab book, so like I'm really excited about that one. So good read. So I have 2 for 2. I have a 5-star and a 4-star, but I did get some book mail, and I'm pretty sure this is the second book of what's the word I'm looking for, of Pages and Co. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. Ooh, this is pretty. So it is like this bluish color. Yeah, I'm super excited. I don't even know what this one is talking about. It looks like they're going to Paris, and I don't know which stories are in this one. It looks like it'd be Jack and the Beanstalk, and maybe a Little Red Riding Hood. So yeah, I'm super excited for this one, and it's a short book too. So, all right. What I'm going to do now, I don't know, because I don't want to start like a huge book because of the new readathon that's starting tomorrow from Chelsea over at Chelsea Zhao. It's choose your own readathon. And sorry, I think a bug just flew in my mouth. I'm choking over here. You don't know the prompts yet, and I won't know the prompt until tomorrow when it starts. So I don't want to start something huge. But so maybe I will try and do another middle grade book. So I do, like I said, could start this one. I could start the sequel to this one. But also I have a sequel or a middle grade that I have on my Kindle. It's something like Ivy Albertine or Eldertine something, and I'm pretty sure it's like queer and it's more of a contemporary. So I've read 2 fantasy, so maybe it'll be good to switch it up and go with a contemporary middle grade. But yeah, overall, like, I'm enjoying these, and these, you know, these are 2 popular, I feel like, middle grade series, and I'm enjoying them to the point where I'm going to continue reading them. So I feel like that was the take of this vlog, is that do I like these popular middle grade series, or middle grade books. So I don't know what I'm gonna read yet. I will let you know when I decide. Maybe I'll do some b-roll footage of the book that I decide to read. And yeah, I've been talking for 4 minutes and I've been rambling and choking on a book, so I will check in later. Hey, so much later check-in, but I've been so busy. I edited 2 videos, which one of them was a lot, heavy editing, so it took me forever. I made 2 thumbnails, and yeah, Beta is kicking my ass. And then what else have I been doing? Oh, Chelsea from Chelsea Zhao released the start of the Choose Your Own readathon, so I started that and picked my first thing, so I'm super excited. I picked Ivy Albertine's Letters to the World, and this is, like I said, a middle grade contemporary, and it is sad. It is so sad. So in the beginning, it literally starts off with her family's house being destroyed by a tornado, literally demolished, nothing's left. So that's devastating and really, really sad. Everyone was safe, but they've lost literally everything. And then Ivy is feeling really lost because she is the middle child. She has an older sister who's kind of, the relationship has changed. I don't want to say why, but then she also has 2 baby twin brothers. So there's a big gap, and she feels like she's kind of been pushed to the side, and then so she's really struggling with that, and she's at that awkward age of 7th grade. So I teach 8th grade. I've done quite many years now, and that is a hard age fitting in, and then with all these changes in her family, she's really struggling. So that's sad because she feels super lonely. But she has met this girl, and they're forming a friendship, and it is a queer book, but I don't know if it's what's gonna lead to it. I'm assuming it's sapphic, but that I know, but I don't know much more about that. So yeah, and then when they are in the shelter place, because of a bunch of kids from her school and just the community, because many houses have been destroyed, her notebook where she had wrote things about having feelings for other girls is disappears. And then all of a sudden, when she goes back to school, because the school was not destroyed, one of her pictures, because she is a drawer, is in her locker from her notebook. So it's a little bit of a mystery as well, and like I said, it's heartbreaking, but it's really good. The writing is phenomenal. So she's a drawer, and so the author uses a lot of imagery and descriptive language of colors, which I think is so fun. And I did not know this was the author of Girls Made of Stars, which I loved that book. It was a 5-star read for me. So yeah, I have been reading it physically, and I've also been doing some audio, which I normally don't do, but since it's middle grade, it's really easy to follow, because I do have a lot of work to get done, but I still want to listen to it, and so I can get this vlog out and done. So yeah, definitely really good. So different than the other books I've read. This book is dark, but in a different way, where this is just heavy sad, where the other book was heavy sadness with death. So they're both sad books, but they're both really good. So at the end of this, I am going to rank them from my favorite book of the popular middle grade books to my least favorite out of these 3. But honestly, I think they're all really good, so it's going to be really hard to put them in order. But I'll check in probably when I just finish this book, because it's not very long, and I'm going to keep working. Hey, wow, that's really close. Hold on. I'm going to switch back there. So I finished the book, and it was Ivy Abernstein's Letter to the World, and it was so good. I rated it a high 4 stars, probably like a 4.5 on Compile, and it was a great coming of age story, and I think kids need to read this book because it really shows, especially people struggling with their identity, and because really Ivy struggles with her identity and coming out, and oh my god, I have spit up on me. I apologize. I am so gross. Okay, like not my spit up, but like the baby spit up. With the struggling of where to fit in with friendships and sexual identity and with her sexual orientation. And I just think it was done really well. It's sad and heartbreaking in many parts. You know, definitely trigger warnings for like natural disasters wiping out everything you own. But yeah, it was really good. I love the writing. So poetic. And yeah, I really loved Ivy as a character. There was some really strong character development. So yeah, it was super highly, yeah, it was good book. Okay, so if I rank my order, I think my least favorite of the books that I read for this little mini weekend vlog was City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. Again, that was a 4-star read. It was amazing. I just wish there was a little bit more character development. My next one, so number 2 spot, would be Ivy Abernstein's Letters to the World. Is it what it's called? I can't ever remember the title. It was a great book. Like, I really have no complaints. Oh my god, I am so embarrassed. There was no complaints about it. And then my favorite book is Pages & Co. The Book Wanderers. I think this just hit like a special spot in my heart because who wouldn't want to walk and travel in different books and meet your favorite bookish characters? So, yeah, that was a 5-star. So I really had a great reading weekend. I can definitely say that I do enjoy popular middle grade books. And yeah, so that was kind of my question is, do I enjoy reading popular middle grade books? So if you like to take this crazy journey with me, please make sure you press that subscribe button. If you never want to miss any of my content with embarrassing looking kids spit up on me, if you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you hit that notification button. I've put my friend on any of my other social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. All the information is linked down below. So stay kind, loves, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
So pretty up from the minute that I met you.